As the country continues its nationwide coronavirus vaccine rollout plan, imagine the challenges of delivering those temperature-controlled vials to rural and remote locations.
Well, earlier today, I spoke with a pharmacist serving communities in Alaska about how she and a team of women are overcoming some major obstacles to make sure rural Alaskans are protected from COVID-19. Well, Meredith, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us on News Nation tonight.
Thank you for having me.
So can you talk about how was this distribution effort coordinated? Because I would imagine that vaccine distribution in such rural areas really can't be easy.
No, not at all. It's hard enough getting it to Kotzebue, Alaska, which is the central hub where I am currently located, and we take care of 11 surrounding villages. So just getting it to Kotzebue was hard, and then more logistical issues and challenges came along the way to getting it to the villages. We had great support with the state of Alaska, and then our team here, our COVID team, brilliant minds that put this effort together and then made it so easy for us to implement.
Also, Meredith, you mentioned being so close to the Arctic Circle. We know this vaccine has to be kept cold, but I don't think it needs to be kept that cold. So how do you keep it from freezing on the way, before it can be distributed?
So it's in a temperature-controlled environment, from the hospital to car to plane. We keep it in a controlled cooler with a monitor attached to the cooler. So we keep track, as pharmacists, we keep track of that. Then once we get, to our villages from bush plane to sled, we still have to hold it with us. It's very precious cargo. So we hold it with us until we get into the clinic. And then before each trip, I do preparation, seeing how many vials I need to take out from the hospital so we don't waste any doses. And then once I let the vaccine unthaw, then it becomes a matter of time. So I have 6 hours to use these vaccines up. And sometimes we have to take them from village to village. We had an instance where we had an elder, a 92-year-old elder, that wanted the vaccine but couldn't come in. I had already drawn up the vaccine, so I knew if we took it outside, it would freeze. So I kind of had to make a makeshift container for it out of kind of an old lunchbox and some packaging material from a manila envelope to take to the elder. So you kind of have to get creative sometimes.
So that 92-year-old elder, though, was able to receive their vaccination because of that.
It worked out perfect. We had a great team. I worked with a great team of women, and the doctor and the nurse went to give it to her, and the nurse kind of held that vaccine in that makeshift device like a baby, and she was able to get it, and she did great.
And Meredith, you just mentioned that you worked with a great team of women. Talk a little bit about that, because that also makes this unique, right? It's a team of all women.
It's a team of all women. Yeah, it just happened by chance. It happens, we all didn't know we were going out until the day before together. We had no idea. We had known of each other, but we hadn't really gotten to know each other. And you get to know each other quite well when you're on a little 5-seater plane and then you're in a sled together. It was kind of empowering and impactful. We didn't really realize until, after we visited those 3 villages, that we, women power, that we did it as a full team of women. It was incredible.
What do you want the rest of the world to know about these rural communities and the work that you're doing?
We have unique healthcare personnel, only unique to rural Alaska, and they're called community health aides and practitioners, and there are eyes and ears and frontline workers in all of our clinics that we serve. And I'd really like to highlight the role that they play in the vaccination distribution and all of the care they provide to their community members. And we couldn't do it without them. Being so remote and rural brings on a whole new set of challenges and experiences, and I don't think any healthcare worker you'll find up here we take it for granted. It's quite amazing and phenomenal what we're able to do.
Well, I know it definitely takes teamwork. We so appreciate the work that you're doing, that the entire team is doing to help make sure that people are receiving their health care in rural Alaska. Pharmacist Meredith Dean, we thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Nicole.